Good morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to St. David's Marist and Inanda on this chilly Saturday morning. Fortunately, the weather has blown in. Luckily, so far, no rain yet. The weather apps are saying 12 o'clock we're due to get a little bit wet, but seeing as this is a water polo tournament, we're not too worried about that. First game this morning, we've got the sixth placed team in Pool B, that's Maputo, playing against the fifth place team in Pool A, that's the Tuks Invitational side. So this is the essentially the playoff for last place. Loser here, their tournament will be done. We've got the Maputo side in the blue caps, and we've got the Tuks Invitational side in the white caps. Tuks Invitational went down to Soweto in their first game of the tournament. They'll be hoping not to make the same kind of mistakes as they did in that game here against this Maputo team, who'll be desperate to get a W on the board here so that they can put into learning or put into practice all the learnings they've had from the tournament so far. Look out for number 11, Hugo Fonseca, as well as Tyron Kastner in the number 9 cap for Maputo. We also know Igor Lunat, the number 5, has an absolute cracker of an arm, so he'll be looking to let the cannon go. On the invitational side, they've got Dayton van der Wissel in the hole. He's an absolute giant of a man, is Dayton, an old Uffies boy, in the mold of Nardis Badenhorst, and he'll be looking to use his size and strength to create some opportunities for the Tuck side. We've got Jean-Claude Tribbelhorn with the ball. He's put it into the hole. We've got a drive across the D from De Wet Vermaak. He's able to force a turnover. Ball back to De Wet Vermaak. There was a kick out there against Yannick Amaro. Yannick Amaro not leaving the water, so referee Flavio Rosa forced to give the 5 meter against Yannick. Not a great way to give away 2 kickouts in the first 30 seconds of the game. Yannick's going to have to be careful for the rest of the game not to give it away. Another major foul. Shot comes from Malcolm Ackerman, and he puts away the penalty, and we're up and running here, ladies and gents. 1-0 to University of Pretoria Invitational. Bon dias to all our viewers in Maputo and Mozambique. It's great to have you joining us this morning. There's Igor Lunat, the man with the cannon, electing not to have a crack just yet. Shot does come, but the counter's on here. We've got De Wet Vermaak and Braden Delamoni. Braden in possession here. He's going to go one-on-one. Big balk, but he's hit the frame. De Wet Vermaak though following up, and he's able to put away. Here's Hugo Fonseca for Maputo. Ball into the hole. Landal Cordero working hard. He's had a good tournament in the hole there for the Maputo side. Here comes Jean-Claude Trippelhorn. It's on the counter. Tyron Kastner chasing back. Jean-Claude's tried to cut in front of him, forced the kick out. Tyron's done well though to get back, not to give away the foul. That's good defensive work there by Tyron Kastner, and Jean-Claude putting that shot over the bar. This Tuks Invitational side have the Belchers in goals. Dad Grant starting and son Wade. Grant Belcher, national keeper for many years for the South African side, will be looking to bring his experience here to the Tux Invitational team. Certainly one of the best goalkeepers South Africa has produced over the years. That's Ricardo dos Santos with a pullback on Dayton van der Wissel. Ball across to Malcolm Ackerman again, who converts the cross pass. Great start here from the Tux Invitational side. They've shot out to a 3-goal lead. Here's Ivan Lunat to brother Igor Lunat. But the shot clock has expired, and here comes Braden Delamoni. Dayton van der Wissel given time and space there by Tyron Kasner. Tyron usually a goalkeeper and perhaps a little slow to close down the play there, allowing Dayton van der Wissel to get a shot away, which he does so to good effect. Puts it away, bottom right hand corner. There's Tyron Kasner in possession. He's going to have a crack. He won't be looking at the highlights reel for that one though. It's gone way over the top of the bar. Loose pass to Jean-Claude Triplehorn though, but he's worked hard to get possession back. Gets the shot off, but unfortunately over the top. Edson Igachev in possession. He finds Lundell Corriero. Hugo Fonseca driving into the hole, but it's a poor pass in. Malcolm Ackerman on the drive. He's found Braden Delamoni. Edison Egatev there, the number 12 for Maputo, all over the back of Braden Delamoni, and referee Flavio Rosa gives him his marching orders. Oh, Malcolm Ackerman, that's really poor play from him, not executing the basics. Man up there shooting on his back, and he's hit the crossbar. Malcolm running the ladies program at Red and Bedford View. He's been very successful as a coach there. He's built a program up from the ground, and the Bedford View side starting to become a really competitive team here in the Gauteng ladies space. Schools would be a bit disappointed to see him not executing the basics on that shot. Meanwhile, on the other end of the pool, Maputo have worked the ball up. Igor Lunat looking to release the right-hand cannon that he's got, but Grant Bulcher wise to that and able to put up a strong right hand, makes a save in the right-hand corner. There's Edison Igachev. Time has expired on the 20 seconds there after the 2 meter. And here comes Tux on the transition. Ball with Keenan van Rooyen, another one of the coaches. Keenan's involved at the Kingsmead School in Rosebank, running the program there. Also been really successful in building a program. Be losing one of his top players, Caitlin Stott, this year as she finishes school. She'll be a big loss for Keenan's program. But he's been working hard to build a lot of depth there by Kingsmead, and I'm sure there'll be a couple of girls putting their hands up to fill the big shoes that Caitlin Stott will leave behind. We've got Marius Ulbricht coaching the Tuks Invitational side this morning. It would appear he drew the short straw to take the early game. Luke Allen and Josh Schmidt, who are the registered coach and assistant coach, are not here this morning. They are playing for the Tuks side, who will be in quarterfinal action against the OJ Eagles a little bit later this morning. So I think they're getting their rest, staying warm, and prepping for that quarterfinal. They'll be looking to cause an upset against possibly the tournament favourites at the moment. And here can Maputo on attack. The Invitational side playing the drop there in that possession. Maputo are looking to move the ball around. Andel Cordero having a shot, but the foul was inside the 6-meter area, so he's not allowed to shoot. Here comes JC Troublehorn. He's just slowing down here, waiting for the second wave, which is coming on the right-hand side. This is Keenan van Rooyen on attack. Ball out to JC Troublehorn. I've got venue coordinator Dean White walking past. Dean, the rain's staying away. It's looking a little bit more promising than at 8 o'clock last night.
You certainly hope so, Steve.
Ever the optimist here, Dino.
I think the rains are coming, but we'll be fortunate if it holds off. I'll be really, really, really happy if it holds off. So I'm going to go now, sit in the office, go and have a look and look at the the weather systems. We're fortunate enough to have a lightning alarm around our facility over here. It just gives us a heads up in any of the lightning calls. But I'll go and have a look on it. Maybe we've got some accurate readings on what's happening with the weather today. But yeah, like you said, let's hope that it stays away.
Unfortunately, my weather app is saying thunderstorms between 1 and 3 this afternoon, which might delay some of our action, but all quarterfinals should be done by then. So hopefully we can get those games in. OJ Eagles coming up against Tuks a little bit later. How are you guys feeling for that game?
I think we're feeling good. Yeah, the boys are already rearing. It's nice, you know. We had a much more competitive game yesterday. Took our foot off the pedal a little bit yesterday. We had a nice, I think at one stage we were 9-3 up, finishing 10-8 at the end of the game. So maybe just moving into cruise control a little bit too early. So hopefully from there we just kind of just keep on working and keep our foot down on the pedal.
Absolutely. Great to get a win against the visitors. There's been a lot of talk about how they possibly come in favourites ahead of some of the South African sides. So great to see the guys putting their hands up.
Some interesting semi-finals coming for us, I definitely think so. Quarters and semis.
Absolutely. A lot of the talk this tournament has been about the physicality of the Portuguese sides. But the likes of Etienne Leroux, Nardis Badenhorst, Rourke Olver, Nick Verode getting really stuck in. Even yourself in 1 or 2 tussles.
I don't know if it was physicality, if I was just the ragdoll.
Anyways, ladies and gents.
I gave up wide-eyed a couple times.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, yes. That's all the action from the first chukka here. Tuks Invitational taking a 5-goal lead into the second chukka. We'll be back shortly. back live here for chucker number 2. JC Troublehorn with a great swim there. Tucks will have first possession. Cole Taylor with the ball at the moment. Hands off to Keenan van Rooyen. Tyron Kasner in the M drop. Ball comes into the hole. Tyron effective enough at getting back, and Yannick Amaro able to force the steal. Yannick will have to be careful marking the back. He is on 2 majors already. Hugo Fonseca has got some space on the left-hand side, but Tyron finds Igor Lunat. Back to Tyron. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass to Landal Caldero in the hole. Either way, easy turnover there for the Tucks Invitational. There's Yannick Amaro, but he is robbed by JC Troublehorn, who finds the cross pass to Keenan van Rooyen. Has a shot, and that's away to the left-hand side of the goals. See the boys from eThekwini are rolling in. They'll be up next in their quarterfinal against Rail Club Fluvial. About to say the eThekwini boys not used to cold weather like this coming from Durban, but we've all seen the floods that Durban's experienced over the last week. I believe the storm is hitting again over the weekend, so we're sending our thoughts and prayers to everybody living in the Durban region. We hope you're able to stay dry and stay safe during these very difficult times. In the meantime, Tyron Kasner there, able to finally get a proper shot off, and he does have a bit of a rocket there, that right arm, and he's able to find the back of the net, skipping it into the bottom right-hand corner of the goals. Igor Lunat's going to get sent to the corner there. He's not backing off after the foul. Igor, lucky in the end that Tucks scored the goal, because he was not leaving the pool after being kicked out by referee Flavio Rosa. We'll ask Mr. Rosa if he can blow in Portuguese so the Maputans can understand what he's saying. Flavio is from Brazil and is fluent in Portuguese, so lucky to have his services here with us this morning. Ball into the hole. Cole Taylor doing really good work there. It's 10 on 10 at the back. Cole Taylor against Landal Caldero. Cole able to force the steal there. Maputo covering back well here, but Malcolm Ackerman's going to look to turn in front of Ricardo dos Santos, but the defender does well, forces the foul. Cole Taylor looking to drive off Landal Caldero, but Landal working really hard. It's good work by the young man. Ball does come to Braden Delamoni. Tyron Kasner able to get up and make a good intercept there. Ball up the pool. Here's Hugo Fonseca. Hugo lays off to Ricardo dos Santos. He's going to drive through. Hugo looking to work Malcolm Ackerman at the back there. Malcolm's got his hip set, but Hugo's done really well there. It's good play by the Maputo number 11. He's won the kick out. Igor Lunat and Tyron Kasner slowly working their way up the pool there. They're going to have to be a bit quicker than that if they're going to take advantage of this man-up situation. Tyron finally has got up. Hugo Fonseca calling for the ball. shot comes. But an easy block there from Braden Delamoni. Pull into Braden in the hole, he's created a bit of space. Here's Matt Vessels. Malcolm Ackerman driving in across, getting the ball and putting it away. Just waiting here for one more player from Maputo to get in the pool. Ricardo dos Santos is the man who jumps in. And they're going to make him swim all the way to 2 meters. Wrestle Cole Taylor in the hole. It's a short pass there from the number 2. I don't have a name on my team list for the number 2 from Maputo. We'll find that out during the course of the halftime break. Jesse Triplehorn on the drive, but it's great defensive work by Hugo Fonseca there. Great steal by the Maputan. And we'll have turnover possession. Listening to being driven back here by Cole Taylor. And Cole's able to force the steal, and away on the counter goes the young man. It's 1-on-1 here for Cole Taylor. Let's see what he can do. He balks to the left, balks. That's great basics there. Probably could have moved to the center of the goal there just to open his angle. He moved left and narrowed it, but good legs. Kept balking until the keeper sank there. Unfortunately, Jose Muchanga in goals for Maputo, not able to stay up long enough to affect the save. I'm afraid to say, ladies and gents, it does feel like it's getting colder here at the pool. On our setup at 6 o'clock this morning, it was a little bit warmer than it is now. The wind seems to have picked up a little bit. We've got a wind chill factor coming in. We've had such beautiful weather Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Unfortunate that the weather has turned on us. Nevertheless, the action will be hot this morning as we move into quarter-final time. We've got our visiting Portuguese side, Real Club Fluvial, against our Durbanites, the eThekwini side, up next. And promises to be a great game. The eThekwini side loaded with a couple of Springboks, the likes of Todd Howard, Dylan Cronje. They've also got Aaron Toa and Matt Pulser, in their ranks, as well as Yasin and Margot, who will be looking to put their hands up and really be counted in that quarterfinal. Meanwhile, we see Tuks Invitational scoring another goal.
They're hitting this one.
thought we can put it through the cross, but yeah. We have anything. Or even if we maybe just we can bring something.
De Vet for Mark here on the transition. He's got space. Pass over to Dayton van der Wissel, who looks for JC Tribbelhorn in the middle. But unfortunately that pass too high. We do have Ricardo dos Santos on the counter. Can they find him?
Bit, but not a lot.
Walter Sultan Sage. Pass it out to Ricardo dos Santos, but the wise old fox that is Grant Bulcher, he's been around for many years playing the game at the highest level. Very aware to the danger there, out quickly, and he's able to force the turnover. Our ladies program today will also be moving into the semi-final stage of the tournament. They've had a really jam-packed schedule over the last 2 days, playing 2 rounds of fixtures. So slightly easier day for them, where they'll each only be playing 1 game. Semi-final starting at 12 o'clock in the ladies section. I'm hoping the rain just holds off long enough to get those semis done. Quarterfinal action number 3 will be Soweto. It's been the fairy tale story of this tournament so far. The Sowetan side coming 4th in their pool after beating the Tux seconds, the Tux Invitational team. Gauteng Water Polo really must be commended on the work they've done on developing that Soweto side. Involvement from the likes of Gary Prout, Lucky Letabo, Jason Matsane, Temba and Tembu. Really giving the Soweto side a little bit of depth, and we're seeing the likes of Doc Makubela leading their side as they develop into a force that's certainly going to be reckoned with in Gauteng Water Polo. They've got a tough quarterfinal coming up against the Portuguese national champs, Pretoria. After that, we'll have a great quarter matchup, probably the pick of the quarterfinals. Gauteng under 19 side against the Rondebosch Bears. Youngsters will be looking to cause an upset against the experienced Cape Townians. That's it for the second checker. We'll be back after the short interlude. Back with third chucker action here. Do apologise for the delay in getting the commentary up and running. We're putting some tarpaulins up over the streaming set. Just in anticipation of the rain that's due to start at 12 o'clock today. We'll be able to keep bringing you this action so you can enjoy it from your own couch in the comfort of your own home, keeping warm. We do expect that this weather is going to have an impact on the crowds here, unfortunately. But nonetheless, It's Happening Africa will bring you all the action, keep you up to date. If you're not following the stream, you can follow the tournament details on the app. As games take place this morning, we'll be able to update our playoff fixtures. The winner of this game will go on to play the Tridents at 10-1. So, shout out to all the Tridents guys if you're watching. I have to apologize to Justin Gascoigne. We're a bit rude about his age in the game against Tux during the pool stages. We know you're not quite as old as Paulie Gash, but Paulie will probably claim that he's still better looking. Yeah, the wind certainly picking up here at St. David's Marist, Inanda, cooling temperatures a little bit. Tyron Kasner were crashing back in defense there, doing really well. And Jose Mushanga in the goals, able to secure possession, and here's Hugo Fonseca waiting for Igor Luna to work up in front in the hole. Space on the left hand side, but that pass is short from Hugo Fonseca, and here comes I believe it's Matt Vessels in possession. That's correct. Matt Vessels transitioning up, and we've actually got a 5-on-3 situation here for the Tux Invitational side. Well, Matt Vessels hasn't followed the play up. And it's 1-on-1. Keenan van Rooyen looking for the lob shot. A little bit cheeky that, but he has put it away, so his teammates won't be too upset with him. Hugo Fonseca in possession, big balk there. Move it across to the Luna to on combination. Igor has a crack. That's little Wade Belcher in goals now for Tux, walking in the steps of his father, also playing goalkeeper. And who better to mentor him as he develops as a young goalkeeper than the man Grant Belcher. He's been around for a long time, seen it all. Ball over the top there from Joshua Zietzman. That's a low percentage pass to Keenan van Rooyen. Easy turnover. Jose Mochanga coming out, winning the ball, and Tyron Kasner will bring the ball up the field of play. Tyron balking, pass over to Ricardo dos Santos, but unfortunately he's in the 2-meter. Keenan van Rooyen a little bit lazy on defense. They're not coming back. He's gone on the cockroach. And we've got a 3-on-2 situation here. Shot comes from Joshua Zietzman. but he's on his back and he puts that over the top. Bit of a waste of the extra man opportunity. Two players changing here for Maputo, so they only have 4 outfield players in the water. Means they're not going to be able to be too effective on this attack. Igor Lunat looking for Hugo Fonseca in the hole. Matt Vessel's driving across, looking to create some space. He's got in front of goals. But that's great work by Jose Mushanga. Gets out, grabs the arm of the attacking player because he's in front of the player and not a defending player. He's allowed to play the arm there, and the turnover is won. Ricardo dos Santos on the drive here, looking to turn Cole Taylor, but he stops on 6 meters there. Here comes Rondal Cudero down the right-hand side. Cudero is going to look for Fonseca in the hole. Drop in place from Cole Taylor, so ball to Dos Santos first. Now to Fonseca. He's going to have a crack. It's on his back though, and that goes over the top. We head down to our last minute here of the third chukka. 70 seconds left on the clock. Dayton to Cole Taylor. Dayton really is a monster of a human being. And the Maputo defender just not able to get around there. Dayton puts that away. Good centre forward work from the young man. Takes in the mould of Nardis Badenhorst. Dean, you've had a few scrimmages against Nardi Bardi. Dayton almost as big, almost as strong. Tell us a little bit about what it's like wrestling someone that size in the hall.
Nardis is easy to mark. I don't know what you're talking about.
Notice if you are watching, we both actually feel that.
Clip it. I think I need to, every time I swim around Nardis, I have to take 3 strokes just to get to the one side of him. So that's an apt representation for our listeners.
Yeah, trying to front mark the man and rolling is it's like swimming 100 every possession actually. It doesn't help that he's big and grumpy as well. So. Naughty Body, we're hoping you are recovering from your sinus infection and that you're going to be in fine form a little bit later as you come up against the Tuck side in your quarterfinal. Head into the last 20 seconds here of this bottom place playoff. Matt Vessel's putting that away, extending the lead to 12 goals to 1. Sorry, 13-1 here. 12 goal lead for the invitational side. And they're looking fairly comfortable to go on and take this game.
Fresh breeze today.
Dina was saying a little bit earlier, it's got colder since we arrived at 6 to do venue setup.
Absolutely, and cloudier.
Hopefully not too ominous the sign, but I don't think we're going to be able to avoid any rain today.
No, I think it's coming. It's just a case of when.
That's all our action here for the third chukka. Going to take a 2-minute break and we'll be back shortly.
Turn it off between chuckers. Yeah. So the battery doesn't charge versus use.
Dean, massive compliments to you on your team here. Martin is the GOAT, as you were saying a little bit earlier. The guys been here early, they're cleaning up. They put a tarp up above us here to protect us from the rain, but they really, the team's worked so hard to make this tournament the success that it's been.
Absolutely. I don't think that this facility would bear any success if it wasn't for the team that kind of looks after this pool. Martin is absolutely brilliant when it comes to looking after this pool. He knows this pool inside out, and as you can see, I had no idea that we had these tarps, and we put some covers up over here, obviously anticipation for the rain. But yes, thank you to all of the St. David's staff down over here, Martin and Promise, and all of our security guys and the cleaning staff. We really appreciate coming over the Easter weekend, to provide a facility like this so we can enjoy some great water polo.
And a shout out to Masi as well. You were down catering, was it in the Cape?
I mean, not too sure whether catering is the word over there, Steve-O, but no, definitely. Also to Masi, Matt as well. You'll see Matt Orr in the pool. You'll see Matt Orr in the pool, and you will see.
You'll also hear Matt Orr on the mic.
Yeah, Matt Orr's on the mic
the platform.
and Masi, you'll see her. She's reffing a lot of the games into the ladies section. Yeah, they're also part of the St. David staff over here who really have looked to just help and boost up the facility. And when there's times where I'm broken, they're picking up the rein and really assisting over there. So yeah, very grateful for our team and how good they are.
Ball into the hole there for the Tux Invitational side. The vet for Mark working hard.
Getting a little bit overly aggressive there, in my opinion, over there, Steve. I think these guys, I think one of the big things that I think a lot of these youngsters don't realize is that this Maputo side has not been playing water polo for very long. So, you might get a player a little over grippy or, holding just that little bit much. I think the guys really need to just bear some understanding that these guys are actually here learning, growing, and just building. Very nice there, Flavio, not to exclude number 5.
I think he was listening to you there as you were talking, understanding that it is a development tournament for them, and showing a little bit of sympathy to Igor Lunat as he passed the ball away after conceding the turnover. It's good balking there by De Vet for Mark. He did stay in the same position though. As a coach, Dean, I'm sure you would have liked to see it just open his angle, move a little bit to his left-hand side.
Absolutely,
as he was balking.
open up the angle over there, and if he's not going to be moving on that balk over there, at least you need to be faking one side and shooting the other, which I think he was quite successful in doing. Maputo side, I think, could have been a little bit more mobile, pressing into the shooter, closing him off, not giving him 17 balks. But again, like I said, it's all about learning and growing.
Both of us sitting here in shorts.
Yeah, it's warm.
I was going to say we clearly playing from the same playbook this morning. I
think warm.
Yeah.
Dress like it's summer. in hope that we get the weather.
I've always said to my wife Kate, act like it's summer and it'll stay summer.
Absolutely.
I might be regretting that this
Here I am
morning.
sitting in the commentary box over here, shivering, drinking my coffee. Crossbars, come on, hit it. Oh, unlucky, just losing the ball.
Igor Lunat is the shooter here for Maputo. Unfortunately, just fumbling that and not able to get a shot off.
I think one of the big things that the Maputo side really can look, if the guys are listening over here, one of the big things that the Maputo side can really start looking to just kind of work, and it's quite a simple thing that I think the players can really do, is just building in some of that treading leg strength. I think you're finding players just dropping under the water, thinking that they'll be able to attain a foul from there, which I think is probably one of the biggest misconceptions. We're seeing it in our junior polo program sometimes as well, where our kids are just dropping, not really working legs, and if a good referee can identify that, they won't blow the foul. And they say that it's, you can't give disadvantage a good defender with good legs over an attacker that's not using his legs enough.
100%. And Team St. David's has one of the better junior programs, certainly up north. Got Grant Ramsey running the show for the prep school. So you guys really are lucky to be producing juniors of such quantity and such quality. And that's clearly an area that you've been working on quite hard.
No, certainly. Just before we carry on about that, Tyron coming in. Tyron, if you see, he's the goalie, so he's playing number 9, but it's actually Tyron Kastner having the outside shot over there with the deadly movement. But yes, the St. David's program is quite fortunate to have a very strong junior program, really building in the foundations. Grant Ramsey obviously putting in a ton of work over there. And again, fortunate that we have these facilities to train. I think the next step, Steve, is to find some cover. And if not some cover, some all-year heating. So if there's any potential investors around there, you can get in touch with me. We'll gladly accept.
I know a guy, but I believe he's trying to build a pool at St. Peter's. He's just fighting with Rue Mirage to get the approval there. Maybe a little bit of funding from the St. Peter's guys. So I might get in trouble for these comments, but I'm gonna throw them out there anyway. Unfortunately, at St. Peter's College, the water polo pool, a similar facility to what we have here at St. David's, was under construction. The hole was being dug, and COVID struck, and that project was put on hold, and unfortunately it hasn't been reignited since then.
All in good time, Steve, I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to be an old man by the time that pool goes in. Okay, I'm done now, Rhea, I promise. No more chirps.
Oh, good save.
Great work there by Jose Mushanga in goal for Maputo.
That's a nice little movement over there from the player coming across. Just didn't draw the player enough over there, so putting the ball into the player's hand, but very good for the player to come across 2 hands, make himself nice and big, put the save. There we go. If we just see that foul again, we're talking about those legs. Just working on those legs just a little bit. You can go into your pool, find a place that is deep enough, and all you've got to do, grab that 5 kg med ball and tread away. Go for the maximums. Those are the things that will really, really, really help.
And even if you can't get a 5 kg med ball, a 5-litre bottle of water.
Absolutely.
Get that in and off you go.
Or the water tank cooler bottle. You can ask our guys. They really, really hate that thing.
Mm-hmm. When I train, Dean, I try to hold you out of the water. That's a serious workout.
Certainly heavier than the water cooler bottle.
Tuks Invitational here calling the timeout.
1 minute 22 to play over here. It must be a rotational play over there. See, we've also got young Belcher into the goals again this side.
We do. He's played the entire second half so far. I see the Wits Physio students are pulling in for the day. Great to have the physios on board here.
They're certainly getting their time value in here. I can promise you now. If you go to any water polo tournament, I think never mind the coffee trucks or the food stalls.
It's the Wits Physios.
The physios are always the busiest.
The Wits Physios having to complete 20 hours of community service each year as part of their course.
They can do it in one day. Very heavy foul. Good save again.
Braden Delamoni with the shot from the left-hand side, but Jose Mochanga, another good save.
Triple One getting a little frustrated, feeling like he got held back over there. Actually remember one of my first world champs, Steve. We had a physio come down with us, and I think, again, she was worked extremely hard. So Sandia, if you're listening to this, appreciate you.
JC Troublehorn with the no-looker there. puts it into the back of the net, and we move into the last. So I can't see past Flavio.
About 22 seconds.
22 seconds of this game left. It's going to be the end of the tournament for this Maputo side. They're going to take the 11th spot. But a great tournament, great for them to get into the pool, get some exposure to tournament water polo.
Give the ball to Tyron. Here we are. Here comes the cannon. It's going to try. Oh, it's chiller.
Shot comes from Ivan Lunat. Jesse Triplehorn with a long shot, but it is right at Jose. He makes the save. And that's all she wrote, folks. Well done to the Maputo side. It's been great having them part of this tournament. We look forward to having them back next year. We'll catch you shortly with quarterfinal action. First quarterfinal of the day will be eThekwini against Fluvial. That promises to be a great game. We'll see you shortly.